Hey everyone, it's Shotzi for the Rough Cuts on Sunday. I hope you've all been having a great Easter if you celebrate Easter. If not, I hope you've had a great week. Today I'm going to talk a bit about another film that I saw during South by Southwest, and that is entitled Bernie. This was completed in 2011, although it's been an ongoing project of director Richard Linklater for quite some time. And this was inspired by a Texas Monthly article that he had read, I think, somewhere around 14 years ago. It stars Jack Black, Shirley MacLaine, and Matthew McConaughey. It takes place in a pretty small town in East Texas called Carthage. And like a lot of small towns, whenever something remotely scandalous happens, it causes a really big stir. But when something huge happens, such as a murder, then it's a huge, huge stir. And that is precisely what happened here. This is about a man named Bernie Tiede. He was an assistant funeral director in Carthage, and he was kind of a newcomer to the town, but absolutely everyone in the town just adored him. He was by far the doll of this small town in Texas. And whenever a widow would hold like the funeral for her husband, he would go and visit her the next day. And there was one particular widow, Marjorie Nugent, who was pretty much hated by everyone in the town. She was very, very wealthy. I think the wealthiest woman who lived in Carthage. And she was just mean. Almost everyone in the town hated her. She didn't have any friends. The only person who really kept in regular contact with her was her stockbroker, who kept tabs on all of her spending. And even her family tried to sue her for money, so she was estranged from them because she wanted nothing to do with them. And Bernie ended up becoming really good friends with her. But eventually their relationship became kind of strained, and she just really kept him underneath her thumb. And then one day he just kind of snapped and he shot her in the back and then stuffed her in a freezer where he kept her for 9 months and keeping up this charade that she was still alive. He would come up with different excuses as to where she was, like she was sick or she was in Europe or something like that. And then eventually they did find her. And so he is currently serving a life sentence. But the comedy sets in because most of the people in the town were on his side, even though he shot her dead in the back. So that's where this whole comedy comes into play. Jack Black stars in this. He plays Bernie Tiede, and I think a lot of people will be really impressed with his performance because he isn't like overacting or anything. Granted, the character of Bernie, or actually Bernie as a person, is just very larger than life. He kind of did a little bit of everything in the town. Funeral director, head of the theater. He did a lot of everything. He was the town do-gooder. And so in this, he's a choir director, he sings, and he's just a really good performer in this. I think it's one of Jack Black's best performances, if not the best performance he's ever given. Then you have Shirley MacLaine, who is awesome in everything, and she just plays the best mean old woman ever. Matthew McConaughey plays the district attorney who was prosecuting Bernie Tiede, and he's actually, in the Q&A after the showing of this, he said that he was told he actually played down the persona of the district attorney because the DA of Carthage, he's apparently very much larger than life. And so Matthew McConaughey played it pretty big, but apparently he could have gone even bigger, but he toned it down. But it's still a good performance. just the story is crazy. A lot of people, including Bernie Tita, didn't see how this could be a comedy, even a dark comedy, because it was a murder that actually happened. You're like, this woman is dead. But if anyone has ever read the Texas Monthly article, then they could see the humor in it. And the movie itself is pretty funny. And even after showing it, the first thing that they asked was who thought Bernie Tita should get life, and only a few people applauded that he should, and I think the people that did applaud just were kind of blanket applauders who would applauded everything. Just because Linkletter said something. It's like, oh yay, let me clap. But it's a good movie, very entertaining, despite its subject matter. So go see it. This is coming out, I believe, limited release April 27th, and then wide release the 3rd of May of this year. So definitely go check it out. I will see you all next time. Until then, goodbye.